All right, ladies and gentlemen, my opinion, real quick. Going over that recording a lot. What do I think? Well, I think one of them might be Chadwell, Brian or Brad Chadwell or whatever is Brian. I think his name is Brad Chadwell. Maybe, possibly. I believe it is. That's just my opinion. It's a toss-up between Chadwell and someone else on YouTube, or not YouTube, but someone else. But I do believe one of them is Chadwell on the voice recording, or it's this other guy, which I don't think Chadwell was a YouTuber. He was social media TikToker or whatever. I'm not sure about. I'm tossed up with the second voice that I think I hear, but it could be one voice coming through clear, and as they put the phone in the pocket, it sounds different. Or they had their phone in their pocket. That's why the first one don't sound that good. It sounds staticky or whatever, but the other one sounds a lot clearer. So it's a toss up between them two people, and I don't know if one was a YouTuber or not, but I know the other one that they're interested in the other voice comparison, uh, from what I can tell, right? I mean, we've done a lot of listening to this recording over and over and over and over again. Some people have cleaned it up a lot, some people haven't. You got a lot of gain in it, a lot of static and all that, wind and whatever it may be. But my opinion, uh, but there are a couple YouTubers on YouTube that are acting so strange that very well possibly it could have been more than one, right? Which I think the government might be have a lead, that it's this whole Odin report. Uh, there must not have been anything really to it. Now, you folks are remembering, well, the detectives and, well, the sheriffs or whatever. You have to remember the Federal Bureau of Investigation looked into this case, the FBI. And if anybody would know whose voice that really was, well, believe me, the FBI would have technology uh, to do exactly what us people do in the music business is clear voices up or uh, take out hiss, you know, static, stuff like that. So that's just my opinion. This whole Anthony Greeno thing, how did his voice? Well, here's how Anthony Greeno's getting wrapped up into this. If I may explain, it's just my theory. Anthony Greeno put out a documentary and all this stuff about Delphi, and made a documentary and talked just like and said just like Bridge Guy did. He said the same words that we're hearing on this so-called recording that was released. So, is it possible his voice got mixed up with other people's voice? It is very possible with all the stuff that is going on. In this case, it might be somebody else got a hold of the video and made it sound like that. I don't know. It's a toss up between a couple people, and that's it with the voices because we're not hearing that much. Now, if you go and listen to people talk on YouTube, and you'll learn all this watching FBI stuff, and actually, I'm getting very suspicious of Mr. Anthony Greeno. I want to hope this kid is innocent. He's just a kid. He's only 30 something, 40, 30 something years old or whatever. But the way he is acting, folks, and if you do any kind of research on FBI, CIA, when they interrogate people and people are very stressed out or they're not acting right, meaning in ways they move their body and the way they twitch, scratch their nose, blink their eyes, roll their eyes all around the room. And we're seeing these characters in Mr. Greeno, Anthony Greeno. And if you do watch his videos, he's all over. His eyes are blinking. His eyes are roaming all over the place, like something's going on. And that is making him very suspicious in this, case. Just the way he's acting, very suspicious. But he's got a lot of pressure on him. People probably think he is the killer. Now, we don't know that. No one knows the truth, what happened, or who the killer is. We can only make our assumptions or theories. But to tell you the truth, folks, I have no idea who the killer was because I wasn't there, and I don't have the proof, the evidence right in front of my face, all the recording. We don't have that. We're going off a small clip, and we, the people, are trying to do the best we can to come to some kind of conclusion of who this was out of voice recording or somebody walking down the bridge. Or was this stuff documentary stuff that one of these YouTubers made and accidentally got mixed up with the real stuff? We don't know yet. But I'm going with one of the voices sound like Chadwell, or it's another YouTuber. And we know on Anthony Greeno's channel, his documentary, the one he did about his uncle or his family or someone's uncle or family, named as something else. Well, that almost sounded like Sean Harmon to me. I could be wrong, but it's kind of sounded like Sean Harmon before he lost all of his teeth. Which there's photos of Sean Harmon when he was at that age. He looked different. When the times this murder occurred or whatever, right? He didn't always look like the way he did. So, and there's proof of that on his Facebook page or whatever that people were showing, right? He was even showing it. So, what do I think? I think these dudes, I don't know. They all talked about being in a gang. Maybe they all were in a gang and they're scared crapless and running. I don't know. This whole Odin thing with this mystical, magical mystery tour or whatever it is. I don't know if I can buy into that, right? Why would an organization like that, unless they had that much balls where they're not even worried about the federal government or the United States Marines, right? Or the CIA, any other organization where they just come right out and do this and point the finger right to them and say, this is what the Odins did. But I find that hardly, a lot of crazy people, serial killers, madmen, do not point the fingers at themselves. You look at the history of serial killer, Manson family, Bundy, all these killers never came out and killed people and left calling cards pointing right to them, right? Not even Zodiac did that. So I'm not buying it. We're going to stick with what we know. And I do believe they're picking up the right people. I do believe they got the right people. And like I said, this is a group down there, a gang, a club, or whatever these guys have been talking on YouTube. So I imagine there'll be more arrests. And the investigation is still an ongoing investigation. And here's the thing. They really can't lock anybody up anymore for information because it's been leaked all over. Everyone's heard about the Delphi case if you live in Indiana. Therefore, anybody that does get close to figuring it out and them saying, oh, well, only the killers would know, that's long gone. No, it's all been released. We tried that years ago. How are these dudes coming up with this kind of information when it hasn't even been released? I've done numerous videos on that. How do they know that? Only the killers would have been there to know that, or somebody that knew, or somebody talked and said something, and that it got released. So now everybody knows. So now it's pretty dang hard to go off of that, right? That was a technique probably the police were using, and I don't blame them. But I think we knew exactly what was going on 4 years ago, 5 years ago, with all this crap, right? Yeah, crazy, ain't it? It sure is, folks. It'll probably get crazier. There you go. I'm testing out my new camera. How's it look, folks? How's the new camera look? Uh, the video looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. Cost me $2 for this camera at a barn sale. Excuse me. It's supposed to be HD, I believe. So I wonder if it's HD camera and uh, HD microphone. I don't know. But that's my opinion on the case. It's still an ongoing case. And I imagine there'll be more arrests. If they convict, here's the thing. If Richard Allen had anything to do with this or knew the people that did this, was there and knew him, Richard Allen would have came forth and said that he was there, which he did admit, but he did not commit the murders, and this is who did, right? And if they investigated that, and then they went ahead and found that there was proof of that, then Richard Allen would have been charged with different crimes. They probably would have had him charged to manslaughter or conspiracy to cover up a crime or something like that. The charges would be a lot different. But they are charging him with murder. That's it, right? So if he was smart, he would have came right out and told them that. And he might have. Now, we've seen Keegan Kline, who was part of this, right? People are saying, oh, well, he ain't got nothing to do with this. He was just trapping the girl. Yeah, exactly. You folks want to let these people off that were luring the girls. She was only 13. Keegan Kline at that time was, what, in his 20s? Right? Come on, folks. And you folks want to act like he has nothing to do with it. Well, it might be part of the whole thing of why the girls, what happened to the girls. It might be that one of them girls were sexually active, and God forbid, no disrespect to the family, none at all. But fact is facts, folks. We already have people coming out saying she was dating some 17-year-old. Who's to say somebody didn't do something to her that was older than that and tried to cover it up? I mean, there's numerous things we can go through. But I'm going with Chadwell and one other YouTuber right now. It's a toss-up between the two voices. And we don't even know if that's real. That could be, being that I have a feeling that the killer had her phone. People are saying, well, he didn't know she had the phone. He had to have. If she put the phone, if he walked up on them, he knew they had a phone, right? The police are saying they believe that she put the phone in her pocket. That would explain the sounds that we're hearing and the difference in the recording, the voice or voices. Plus, if he undressed them two girls and she had the phone in the pocket, yeah, he probably found the phone. So I don't know, unless one of the girls was that smart to drop the phone. But that's too freaky. Why? Because the phone was found underneath the body, underneath a shoe, where magically there was a bullet that was buried in the dirt or mud. How did they find this? Is unreal. It's like the magic bullet, right? I don't know. That's my opinion. If you're watching out there, government, I'll make a call. No, it won't hurt to call and voice my opinion on whose voice I think it is, or who it's close to, where there's a similarity uh, in the voice pitch and the way the guy talks. So, this is good because Brian Chadwell was on social media. I've seen his videos. I don't know if he was a YouTuber or not, but I did see his videos. And I think they were from TikTok posted to YouTube. So there is voice recording of Brian Chadwell. And then there's voice recording of these other YouTubers that we can go by. Right? So it's working its way. I think the police are on the right guys. And I think they were in the beginning. Hello, Kiki Eyes. Kiki, how does my new camera look? Well, it ain't new. It's used from a barn sale today. But how does it look? Looks pretty dang good, don't it? Sure does. No, I love it. Although it's used, looks good. Nah, we try and survive around here on what we got. We know what poor is. We've been there. We are there. But that's my opinion. Kiki Eyes, if you think you want to listen, look up Brian Chadwell. Listen to his voice. And then look up the other YouTuber that was a suspect and continues to act like he is a suspect, Anthony Greeno. Now, I'm not saying Anthony Greeno is the killer. Not at all. I hold no grudges against the kid, although he did get pissed at me. But that's just my opinion. He ain't acting right. He's got googly eyes, which that's a dead ringer. And if you watch a lot of interrogation stuff on YouTube dealing with FBI and CIA and stuff like that, it's little tricks and traits that these people notice that alarms people that they're not being maybe 100% positive, or they're nervous, right? Which Anthony Greeno has the right to be nervous, right? I've been watching a couple of his videos lately. A lot of people are saying somehow he's involved. He's been questioned about the murders. His phone was taken with the murders. He says the murderer killed him and called Greeno. But it's not Richard Allen. It wasn't Keegan Kline. Anthony Greeno saying it was some other guy that did it. So, I don't know. You be the judge of that, folks. That's just my opinion. We'll keep listening to the video and the recording, and we'll keep getting it right, or getting close to it, right? Still an ongoing case, folks. And that's the way it should be, because even if Keegan Kline didn't kill the girls, he was catfishing them and trying to get photos from a 12-year-old or 13-year-old girl. Same thing with Chadwell and a bunch of them out there that were getting picked up. So, even Michael Catt, which I thought was a really cool dude, was questioned in the case. Anthony Greeno was questioned. Sean Harmon was questioned. Numerous of these YouTubers that did the Boot Scoop Boogie, they changed their names on their thing. And so we don't know what's really going on. We really don't. As civilians, as law-abiding citizens, we have no idea what happened that day down there because we weren't there and we don't have the evidence. So we're just going on what the information we got. That's about it. That's all we can do. Make our assumptions, our theories, what we think, whether we're wrong or right. And if I'm wrong, forgive me. It's just my opinion. No harm done. Right? I'm not saying lock anybody up. I'm not saying any one of these people did the murders. What I'm saying is from what we get from the government, from the police, is a small clip. We listen to that clip. They ask us, whose voice is on this clip? Do you understand, folks? We go through it as YouTubers and we dissect it. Phrases, vowels, tones, pitches, numerous things. Right? We can only make an assumption because we are actually not hearing the whole video. So I can't tell you who did the murders. I can point you in a way that I think, which is my opinion, which in the court of law don't mean crap. It's just my opinion as a YouTube couch potato investigator. Right? I'm not real. I'm not a real government detective. If I was, well, I would have all these devices and software to use to say exactly this is the man. But I don't have that. So I can only go off what I hear in my ears. And being a musician for many, many, many years, for listening to music for many, 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 many years, and being a musician and using studios and plugins and stuff like that, you get to learn someone's voice, your own voice, someone else's voice. You can tell the pitch of somebody, the similarity in the way it sounds, whatever, unless they're using a voice pitch plugin. If this person was using if they have a voice shift or a voice pitch phone app or whatever, unless that guy was using that, then you would have to dissect it even further and say, well, he's using a filter on his voice. So somehow we'll have to figure out how to get that filter off that voice. So my opinion, from not using any of the instruments or software that our country has, our great government, I couldn't tell you who exactly the killer is. I can give you an assumption of what does my ears hear. My ear hears one of these guys that they already questioned. That's what I'm hearing. Whether it be Richard Allen, Chadwell, even the great Anthony Greeno, or Michael, the other guy, Michael, that was a YouTuber with Greeno or whatever it is, we're hearing something that's similar to what these guys have been talking 4 years ago, right? Sticks. It was these YouTubers that brought up the sticks. They had an inside scoop that there was all this stuff that, how did they hear that when it was hush hush, man? That was only like 2-3 years into the case, 2 years into the case, 3 years. How did they get that? There must have been a leak somewhere. They needed somebody to put that out to plant doubt within the case, which very well might have been completely created as an scapegoat, right? We've seen this movie, The Warriors, right? It was the Warriors that killed Cyrus, right? And it wasn't. So that's what I think we're seeing here. And that's just my opinion. I think it's a toss up between just my theory. I'm not saying these guys are the killer, but from what I can hear from the voice, it sounds like either Chadwell, Allen, and maybe I'd have to dissect it a little more and go through it over and over and over again. Maybe Greeno, but our ears play tricks. We've been listening to these people for 6 years, 7 years on this case. We've been watching this crap over and over again. These voices, these fake photos of Bridge Guy, all this stuff. Eventually, the brain hears psychotically, psychosis, whatever you want to call it, a pattern of voice. And it seems similar because our brain wants it to be that way. Right? Because we've been trained to listen a certain way. That sounds like the guy, right? Believe me, I live in Indiana and everybody was Bridge Guy for the past 10 years or 7 years or whatever. It's going on 7. So I could tell you this. From me listening to Chadwell's voice, it's very similar in the way he phrases things. And sometimes it sounds like someone else, another YouTuber. Does it sound like Richard Allen a little bit? A tiny bit, but not much. Not much. But we're only here. We ain't got much either to go on with Richard Allen. See, we got a lot to go on with Anthony Greeno, right? We got a lot to go on with Chadwell because these guys were known either YouTubers or social media. So we got plenty of video to do voice analyzing on them. It's Richard Allen, who was very, very good at not releasing a lot of things in his life, which was he was not a known YouTuber. So there's not a lot of recording on Richard Allen. Little bit, but not much. So I think I'm going to go with these YouTubers for now because that's what the way they're acting. That's what the proof shows with Chadwell, Keegan Klein, Kurtz, all these guys that have been picked up down there. The MOs of what they were picked up matches what's going on with Abby and Libby and other women down there. Now, I'm not saying they're the killers either. That's just my opinion. I think the police are on the right trail right now. This whole Odaism thing, there might have been an Odinism guy involved in it, right? Maybe. Was it the whole group? I don't think so. It might have been someone studying this crap, which you would see in the data, whether it be a hot phone or his regular phone, right? You would see these people's search history of looking up this mythical child story that Vikings used to tell their kids, right? It's not, but all it takes is a couple idiots to make it look like that, right? That's all it takes is a couple people You know, the report that came out said killers. Sheriff Carter, Doug Carter, said there was numerous voices on the recording other than Abby Levy's. Numerous. That's more than one. Idiots. All right. I'm not calling you folks idiots. Not my viewers or subs. But these people out there that just insist, right? You'd have to be half cocked, more crazier than I can ever think of, to come out and say you know exactly who the killer is. This is the guy. I can't say that. I don't have the evidence, and I don't have all the proof or the software to do it. I can only go by what I watched and learned on YouTube. That's all I can do. That's it. Yeah, are you still there? Go ahead, voice your opinion, Kiki. I'm not a professional, Kiki. And you got a party that he was at, which we got just calling videos and TikTok data because it was all documented. Right? And we got that on Greeno too. Do I think Greeno was the killer? I don't know, folks. Honestly, I have no idea because I wasn't there and I don't have what the police and FBI have. Right? They want me to think that one person carried these women up and down the embankment in February in mud. And there was no footprints leading from the creek to this. You got to climb up an embankment to get there, right? From what all these YouTubers are saying. Well, Greeno thinks he took this way, right? You got a 20-foot climb up an embankment to get to where the girls were. My opinion is he didn't kill the girls right away because that would have been dead weight. He didn't walk up on the girls and kill them. That would have been dead weight. He would have had to carry the girls all the way down the hill, through the creek, and all the way up He took a different route, folks. My beliefs. He didn't. I believe they walked down further. That's what I think. They just kept walking down the track, maybe, and then veered off where it was maybe shallower or something. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe he did just take them out of there. Didn't kill them right away at all. And the reason no one found them that day was because they weren't there. It's very well possible. This is just my speculation, my theory. I am no professional. I'm not a secret agent. I'm not government or anything. I'm a YouTube couch potato investigator. And I'm finding out that it sucks. I'd much rather be singing songs and making stupid movies. I'd much rather be cutting a yard somewhere, cutting grass or outside. But that's just my opinion. Kiki, if you're still watching, voice your opinion. What do you think? Am I on the right track? Feel free. Anybody that feels free, except for Turner, right? She can't understand. She's still hooked on features Diamond Dave Levine. Well, they will play numerous tunes. Excuse me. Bob Odenkirk, AM station tonight on Don Kirshner's Rock. This is serious business, Page Turner. I'm doing a video about the loss of two young girls, and you're in here talking about a rock concert. All right, I guess I'll laugh about it. You need to laugh. If you don't laugh once in a while, you're going to go through this whole case. You're going to be a basket case at the end of this case. If you don't take a break from these cases and you stick with it the whole time, you're going to be a basket case. That's just my opinion. Once again, I don't have all the equipment. I'm going off what I'm hearing on YouTube and this recording, and it sounds similar to me to it's a toss up between Chadwell and another YouTuber. And I'll tell you this much. I haven't heard the whole video. I haven't heard the whole recording. So when Mr. Doug Carter said there was numerous voices on the recording other than Abby and Libby's, it kind of makes sense what a couple of these YouTubers said in their videos, where they cleaned up the video that they just had and the vocals on it, and you can hear other people, so it might make sense. Doug Carter might have been telling the truth that there was numerous voices on there. There was people there that day, folks, walking the trail. What we might be hearing might be a woman way in the distance, right? We don't know. We don't know. We weren't there, and we haven't heard it all. But I'm guessing Chadwell and maybe a couple other people. We don't know how many people were involved. Don't get mad at me. I'm just giving my opinion. Is this 100% sure? No. Am I 100% sure? Nope. And I've said that from the start of any video that I did on YouTube, that these are only my thoughts and my speculations and my theories. And that's it. And you can look at my videos and try and fact check me. And I don't care if I got it right or not. I have no idea what happened. I'm going off the information that we were given as YouTubers. We're going off the evidence that they've given in the beginning of this case. And we're going off the voice recording and images that they gave us. And that's my theory on it. And I'm tossed up if that's even Richard Allen on the bridge. Whoever that guy is on the bridge has a bad right leg, unless these idiots flipped the video and his left leg is now his right leg. I don't know, but that guy has a bad leg who's walking down the bridge. He's babying that right leg. And I've always said that. This guy's got a problem. Either he's got something wrong with his leg or something. And I was looking for YouTubers that were on YouTube with a bad right leg, a bad knee. Either a knee or a bad leg or whatever. But that's where it'll lie, is in the stride, in the gait. We're waiting to see more of Brian Chadwell or Brad Chadwell, whatever his name is. His gait. The answer will be in the gait. Line these people up on the bridge and let them walk down the bridge. Why didn't they do this in the investigation? Anybody that has been questioned in this case and is a suspect should have been walked down that bridge and videotaped so they can compare gaits to Bridge Guy. But then again, we don't even know if Bridge Guy is involved because we have not seen the video of Bridge Guy actually walking up to Abby and Libby and telling them, we can't see that. So we don't know. I'm going with Chadwell, and maybe it's a toss-up between Chadwell and a YouTube creator. Maybe two more YouTube creators. I'm not sure. I wish I had the technology our FBI has and our state police and detectives, the software that they have to clean up static, gain, S's, wind You can actually remove wind from a video, right? Let me see what Kiki said. Let's see what Kiki says. I thought I heard someone of the girls text someone and tell them there is a man following them. They were scared. Exactly, Kiki. Why didn't they run? If the guy was creepy, all they had to do was continue walking down that railroad track, and it hooks around and leads out to the road. Kiki, they were only a mile away. You can see one of the girls' houses in the satellite photo. They were so close to the house, they could have ran. They could have ran and been home. It's a mystery of why they didn't run, because that would be the instinct of a 12. I know I would have ran. Right? Some idiot comes up to me and pulls out some weapon. I'm out of there. Right? You're going to have to catch me to kill me. Right? I'm gone, especially at 12 or 13. I'm out of there. And I imagine that's what the girls would have done. And it's shocking. I'm thinking that it had to be someone they knew. Why did they feel so comfortable and not scream and take off yelling? A lot of people are saying fear, being just scared to death. Maybe they were just petrified and just did whatever he said, maybe. But you would think instincts, them girls would have been screaming at the top of their lungs. And yet, I'll get more into this case as it goes. I'm frustrated. Really, I am, because we're going off just little bits of evidence and we're making speculations, and I hate that, because I'm not looking at the evidence in front of my face and listening and seeing all the video. I hate making speculations and theories, but this is the best I can do with what they're giving me to listen to, without all the equipment to do it right. And I'm hearing two voices, one dirty, which might be the guy's voice. The second one is cleaner, and that voice might be already put through a voice analyzer and a spectrum and all that. And it's cleaned up. You're not hearing the wind. You're not hearing the static. You're not hearing nothing. And that, I think, is the real guy's voice that is on the tape. Is the second voice you hear on that tape is the real guy's voice that has been cleaned up somehow. I don't know. Maybe the police. I don't know. That's just my assumption, but it could be two voices. It could be. I know I'm talking in circles, but these are actual facts. It could have been cleaned up. One is dirty, the original recording. The other one is a clean that has been cleaned up, gone through all kinds of stuff, and it's clean, and we're hearing it more clear. But it still remains the first person's voice that was dirty. My second option is there was two guys. That's my other option that we're hearing. There might have been more. There might have been more waiting. It might have been one guy. Okay. It is possible, but it might have been others too. And we don't know. And I know I'm sounding psychotic myself now. I'm going through these theories in my mind. I'm talking to myself in my mind. Is this possible? This can be. Yes, it's possible. Is it possible this could have happened? Yes, it's possible. Right? We become almost like the judge, juror, and the criminologist in this case. I wish I can just go back to playing guitar and singing songs and joking around and making movies. This crime stuff is nuts. It's like a drug. It's like a drug, folks. You want to save the world. You want to be the hero. You want to save the world from these psychos, right? It's almost like a drug. But thank God I got enough willpower to say, I need a break from this, and I step away from it. All right, Kiki Eyes said, if someone had a gun on you, you wouldn't know what to do, especially if you were a child. Yeah, well, I know this much. From where I'm from, uh, at 12 or 13, 14 years old, uh, that was just you run. No matter what, they pull a gun out, you run. You're gonna have to shoot me, right? And and I'm pretty good at zigzagging. Right? And that's exactly what you do, zigzag, and just hopefully they can't keep track of you and miss. Uh, but at that age, if that happened to me and someone pulled out a gun, uh, being young, I probably would have screamed and ran. Just instinct to get away from the chaos and the death. But not everybody is raised that way. These are two young girls that were raised in the country. They ain't seen Chicago streets. They ain't seen Detroit City streets and Indianapolis streets. They were raised in the country. I'm looking at a whole group of guys. Now, I'm not saying they're the killers, but they are all connected. And what I mean by connected, they're all from that area. Excuse me. Kiki, is there anything else you want to say? I thought I'd just get on. I'm taking a break. I'm cleaning my sink. I got a stainless steel sink. And I think I got hard water here because I'm starting to get like a white film on it or something. So I'm trying to get this polished to take that thing. I tried the works, and it looked great, but as soon as it dry, it's like a soap scum or something comes back on it, or a film on it. So I just put some new stuff on there, and it worked a little bit better than what the other stuff did. So I might have to do it a couple times. No one told me that when you clean your apartment or house, I've always had a girlfriend or something, or had somebody to do stuff, that you have to actually use effort to clean up. I just thought you spray the stuff down on the shower and it just magically cleans itself. I guess it don't work that way. I don't know. I'm a straight dude. I don't know all this stuff, man. I don't know. I'm asking my mods and women in chat. Hey, how do you clean a sink? How do you clean a bathtub or a toilet? I just spray stuff on there and walk away, right? It's like a Ron Popeil. Spray, and what do? We walk away. But I guess not, because my butt broke out one time. So I guess Scrubby Bubbles is not good for the skin. I guess you got to wipe it off of the toilet seat. No one told me. Debbie, you never told me nothing. Kiki, you should have told me. You should have told me that, Kiki, Debbie, but you didn't. Do you have a stainless steel sink, Kiki? Mine's stainless steel. I think we got hard water here at the complex. Paige Turner says, yeah, that's woman's work, Macho Man. Hey, dude, I ain't never a woman. Oh, wait, your Paige Turner is a woman, I guess. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I'm a straight man, and all I did was work, excuse me, cut the yard, take care of the dogs, and sometimes cook dinner sometimes. But that's about it, right? That was about it. I don't know. These women, they love toying with my emotions in my head. It's unbelievable. Paige Turner says, "Oh shit, I'm out of here now." Yeah, now I know, Paige. Why now, Miss Turner? Now all of a sudden you want to do the boot skill boogie? I'm out of here. Paige, you dirty weirdo. Sure is. Excuse me. One of these days I'm gonna quit smoking. God, I hope it's soon. I pray, Lord, take this from me. I don't want it. I don't want this knowledge. I don't want this no more. I just don't want this, Lord. I'll play guitar. I'll sing. I'll joke around. I'll love a good woman. But this crime community crap is nuts. The story changes every minute, and then we finally figure it out. And everyone comes out and says, "Oh, well, it was all fake." What do you mean it was fake? This is the proof, right? The police released all this stuff. Oh no, that was just some YouTuber making their. Oh, this is great. That was just a photo op of the bridge guy. Oh, that's great. Rinse it out. Kiki says, "Scrubby, scrolling bubble is good for your bathtub." That's what I use. Scrubby bubbles in my bathtub. That's that magical stuff. You just spray it, and then what do? We just walk away. But I guess from what Debbie said, she's like, no, you got to wipe it off and scrub it with a brush. And that right there was memorizing to me. I'm like, you actually got to do work. You just don't spray this stuff on and walk away. It cleans itself. And Debbie was like, no, you idiot. You have to wipe it off or scrub it with a thing to wipe the stuff off. So I did. It looks a lot better now. Thanks, Debbie. Thanks, Kiki, for helping me figure out this housely stuff. One day I'll have a woman robot to do all this. One day I'll make it big. Don't worry, government. I know you're watching me. Don't worry. If I make it big, I will pay my taxes. At a young age, I found out that it's very important that you do pay your taxes. If you don't, they'll get more out of you than what you owed. And for two, I would never do that if I hit it big and I had enough money where I didn't have to be on Social Security or disability like they put me on recently. I'm all banged up. I'm broke down. Construction will mess you up. Working on cars, burning yourself all the time, it'll mess you up. Yeah, I'll call them and let them know I made it big. I don't need to go through all your tests and fill out all your paperwork. I can't even fill out the paperwork. I don't even understand all this paperwork. I just don't understand it all. I keep telling them I don't understand this. They're like, how can you tear a motor apart, but you can't understand what this says? I'm like, I have a disability. Right? How can you run a power tool, but you can't understand what these words are saying in this documentation? That's part of my disability. Right? I only do things that I like. I don't like reading, so I don't know all the big term names. I'm not a lawyer. I don't like it. You want me to build a wall? All right. Well, I probably wouldn't even be able to do that. It's been so many years. I haven't done nothing. I don't know what I could do. I don't know. I know this much. I can cut grass. I like doing that for now. That intrigues me. I like playing guitar. I like YouTube. I like talking to the ladies. I like joking around with the dudes. But I don't like reading documentation that I don't understand. Why do I understand this lawyer stuff? Well, I don't even really understand it. I just pick out little phrases and everything, and then I go, that don't make sense, right? How can they be doing this when this has already been investigated years ago and years ago? How can they be bringing that up again when there was nothing in the first place? I just learned. I don't know. It's part of my disability. Some days I have good days and I'm on fire. And then there's days where I don't do too much. I'm in pain and my brain don't work too good. So I sit and relax. Right? Like I said, there's days I have great days. But then there's days where I'm in the dump. The pain alone. Right? That's why they call it mental illness, folks. I can thank God Almighty that I'm still alive and didn't go cuckoo after everything I lost. I was so proud to have the things I had because I worked for them, or at least did my best to work for them. Oh. And these people took advantage of me on YouTube because they thought I was a complete idiot because I said I was an idiot. I am an idiot, but I ain't idiot. Where I don't know what you're doing, right? Kiki, I'm going to try cleaning that sink out one more time tonight. I'm going to let this stuff sit on it longer. Debbie, let me read her comment. She's laughing her little butt off. Nothing cleans itself, Johnny. Those scrubby bubbles are not real. They're real. How dare you tell me them little scrubby bubbles that screwed around on the bubbles ain't real? I see them working. I hear them. I can hear it after I spray it. I sit there and listen to it. Tell me they're not real. So you're telling me I have to actually scrub the tub, right? We're living in 2023, and you're telling me you can't come up with a spray where you, like a Ron Popeil commercial, spray it and forget it. This is unbelievable. I guess I got to wipe it down. A couple of weeks ago, I had an outbreak on my butt. I was itching like crazy, couldn't figure it out. Right? Had a print of a toilet seat. I forgot to wipe the scrubby bubbles off. I just sprayed it, thinking it disappears by itself. It's disinfected by itself. Scrubby bubbles. Oh, look at now Duncan fell in Easy's hair. He's laughing her butt off. Scrubby bubbles? Yes. Right? I don't know what you women do. These things were created for you women. Scrubby bubbles is for women. I don't know how to operate it. It's a can. I spray it on the toilet, and I think it says Scrubby Bubbles works by itself. You spray it and you just leave it. I guess it's not that way, from what my soft, tushy skin is saying. So then I read the can, and I guess you're supposed to wipe the shit down. I didn't know. I need a woman. Is there any women out there that can you guys support? I'm taking donations for a robot. One of these new women robot stuff. They expect me to know how to clean a tub, right? Work construction. I drink more beer than they peed their whole life. I've been lifting stuff my whole life and everything, banging my head, crushing fingers and toes, stepping on nails and everything. And now they want me to learn how to clean my own mess up. This is unbelievable. You ladies are really tough. We should have you on the construction field. I almost killed myself spraying this stuff, inhaling it. It's unbelievable. How do you ladies live through this? Ducking forensic or whatever it is. Felon easy. I can't even pronounce. I can barely see from all the spray that I sprayed today. This is unbelievable. I'm almost passed out. And can someone tell me how you ladies can stand the smell of this stuff and not pass out? I have no idea. I don't know. These women are going to be the death of me. I have no idea. Let me see what Kiki Eye says. It's called read instructions. Now you want me to read? I'm just going to spray it on there, give it 5 minutes, and then scrub it off, and then wipe it down and rinse it. That's the last. Excuse me. It's not like I'm a pig and I got a ring around my sink. But that's about as far as I'm going. This whole dumping in, right? Debbie said, you got to go ahead and jump in the bathtub and scrub it with a brush. I'm like, what? Who is telling you this stupid stuff? It says right here on this can, you spray it and it's done. Let me see what Duckin says. Duncan Felony? Felony? Oh my God, I didn't do it. It was Debbie and Kiki H. I had nothing to do with it, Duckin. My friends call me Lulu, if that's helpful for you. Lulu? Are you in the crime community, Lulu? I'm just asking. Oh, no, wait, that's Jen Lu. Is that Jen Lu? I think that's Jen Lu or something. I don't know. Where have you come from, Duncan? What planet? What's this at? What, are you man or woman? I'm not sure. This is interesting. This gets interesting every day with these ladies. Deborah, is there anything you want to say? Kiki Eyes. Duckin? Felonies? Go ahead and lay it on me. What are you here for? Lulu. Do you mind if I call you Lulu? My friends call me Lulu. All right, Lulu. Are we friends? I don't know. I wish someone would answer me. If we're friends, I'll call you Lulu. If I'm not your friend, then I'll call you Duncan. Duncan Felonies in a world of what people who provoke you. They provoke me all the time, Duncan. All the time. Mainly because I don't agree with all their stories, and I'm like, that's flabbergasted. They're like, flabbergasted ain't even a word. I'm like, it is now. This is just unbelievable. They don't like me within the crime community because I've been punching holes all in their cases. Let me see what Duncan says now. Debbie's here. There's the hand. She's here. Debbie's here. You are my friend. All right, Lulu. I guess I'll call you Lulu then. If we're friends, I can call you Lulu, right? All right, folks. Debbie, Kiki Eyes. Page Turner. Meet Lulu, the Duncan Felonizer. Great lady. You're welcome here. Please keep your clothes on until after 12 o'clock tonight. Then it becomes a adult channel. I'm joking. There's no adult channel here. I'm just joking. I'm going to quit smoking. Maybe I should get hypnotized. And that would quit. Then I would quit smoking. Why do I feel like sometimes I got 50 people inside of me? Is it possible that this Anthony Greeno is telling the truth and these are witches and demons that are putting curse on everybody that reports on the Delphi case? Or am I just smoking too many cigarettes? Turduncan, what are you laughing at? Debbie, we got another laugher. Turduncan, go over there by Debbie. She likes to laugh at me a lot. My own mod. Laughing at my own mod is telling me I got to get in my bathtub and scrub it with a brush. This is unbelievable. I don't know how you women do it. You're unstoppable. I'm surprised that most of you are even still alive, having to breathe in the chemicals to clean your own bathroom. I almost fainted. That's probably why I can't breathe too good. Is there supposed to be a fog in there when you're spraying this stuff where it's like you could barely, it's almost like you turn the shower on hot and it's like all steam. I was just sitting there going, something's wrong, right? And everything was cloudy and everything. Is that what you're supposed to do? I'm just asking you, ladies. Turduncan said I stopped smoking cigarettes and started vaping. Oh my God, not the vape. You're going to get popcorn lung. We're friends, right? Give up the vaping. You're going to end up getting popcorn lungs. Debbie loves popcorn. I don't cough anymore unless I'm smoking weed. Oh, that'll do it to you. That old ganja will do it to you. Right, I'm in my 50s, right? I'm in my early 50s. I've been around the ganja, right? In my earlier days, the ganja will make you cough, right? Yeah, but we have a saying here in this chat. If you're going to smoke the ganja, you better bring enough to pass it around here. So, yeah. So you're vaping. Are you using the vape pen? Debbie, what do you got to say? Debbie, no, you're not supposed to enclose yourself in there. Why don't you tell me these things, ladies? You know what? I love the ladies. I'm a friend of the ladies. But why don't you ladies tell me these things? Right? Now Debbie says, no, you're not supposed to enclose yourself in there. It's not supposed to be like you're fogging for mosquitoes. Thank you, Debbie. That would explain why I can't breathe no more. That would. Let me see what Turduncan's saying. Oh, wait, Kiki said something. We are Wonder Women. Why don't you wander your butts over here and clean my apartment? Wander your little butts over here and clean my apartment for me, will you? Wonder Woman. I wonder when that woman's going to come over here and clean my bathroom. Oh, God save me. All right, ladies, I got to get back to cleaning. I wish I can hang out with you ladies all day. You seem like great ladies. You're hilarious. You ladies are all great. Debbie, the great Debbie Fox, the great Kiki Eyes, the great Duckin Felonizers, or whatever it is, felonies, turducken. But we're friends now, so I can call her Lulu, right? I can call her Lulu. Wind pass. Did I fart? Oh my apologies, ladies. But yeah, we made a new friend here today at this channel, Lulu, the Duncan Felonizer. Oh wait, that's Duncan. Ducking. She's ducking like ducking. Duck out, lady. We're all laying low right now. Usually this is a safe place for all you ladies that are on the lam, on the run. You're safe here. This is a safe hideout for you. All right, I'm going to go. I got to get back to cleaning up around here. I'm getting tired. I got to clean that sink one more time to see if this works. You ladies are saying vinegar and what? Vinegar and what? Kiki said something else too. Debbie said vinegar. But someone said something else. I don't know what. All right, that's my theory. That's my opinion on this whole Delphi thing. And can anyone get sued for making their opinions or no, not when it's been already all over the internet. Not when the YouTubers themselves have come out and said that they've been questioned and their devices were taken. And I don't think we can get sued for that. Well, I'm not trying to ruin the kid's life, right? I'm not trying to ruin his life. I didn't put him in this predicament. Right? Hey, the crazy duck's back. That crazy duck lady's back. I'm joking. She's not a crazy duck lady. She's a nice lady. It's Lulu. Let me see what she's got to say. I get the blueberry ice disposal vapes. I like them. I'd rather die from popcorn lung than live in a world ruled by alphabet mafia. What? That's for sure. My God, you're in the mafia? Oh my God, even women are in the mafia today? Oh my God. Am I going to make it through this? This is unbelievable. I meant no disrespect, ma'am. Duncan, Felonizer, Lulu. This is unbelievable. I got mafia women in here and everything. With popcorn lung. I can't live this way. She looks beautiful, but then looks are deceiving. It could be a man with a beard in a dark closet. We don't know. I want to hope and believe that this lady that's on this photo is a great young lady or a great lady, right? And not a man. This is unbelievable. The things I got to put up with in America is phenomenal. Hey, lay low and chill is here. It's been a while since we've seen you, dude. How you doing? Right? You've been laying low and chilling, right? He's like, why do you even ask me that, Johnny? You know I've been laying low and chilling. I know that, my man. Oh, wait. I think it's a woman. Lay low and chill is a woman, right? I think so. Nah, well. All right. I got to get off this contraption. I got stuff to do and everything. And what is tonight? Saturday night? Hey, is Levine live tonight? Folks, check out Dave. Is Dave live with the band tonight? I'm not sure. Does anyone know out there that's watching? If so, check out Dave Levine's channel at 8:30 or 9 o'clock or whatever. If he is going live tonight, he's got one of them bands, right? They play in the bars. He might go live tonight. I don't know. Someone came in and mentioned something about the great Levine. So he might be going live. I'm not sure. Kiki Ice, Cornbread Mafia, too funny. Oh my God, is that who's in chat? Are you Duncan? Are you Turduncan? Lulu? The Felonizer? The Popcorn Mafia? Popcorn Lung Mafia? This is unbelievable. They're popping up everywhere. Young lady, quit vaping. Although I should probably vape. Is it better? Hey, Duncan, are you still there? Lulu, is it better than smoking cigarettes? Lulu? Lulu? Lulu, are you there? No, she's gone. Well, easy come, easy go with the friends. Easy come, easy go with the friends. Well, you're always welcome here, and all you will be counted as a number. And the great Debbie Fox, and the great Kiki Eyes, and Low Lay and Chill, and the crazy Turduncan Felonies. Lulu. I'm just going to call Lulu. The great Lulu. Of course, Paige Turner, who just can't come to terms that he's so many people, right? Yes, God bless Debbie and all you great ladies out there and folks. Right? All right, I got to go. I got to breathe some fresh air and try and keep the room from spinning. And I guess it's bad when you see spots in your eyes. But thank you, ladies, for letting me know that you're not supposed to stay in the bathroom after you spray all this stuff all over everything. Thank you so much, ladies. No, you ladies have a great day. Be safe. God bless you all. Uh, all glory goes to God. Save me. I don't know if I can handle this kind of an attention. But you ladies have a great day. I might be back later.